Is Mario Golf the world's most exciting golf tour? Usually with golf, you're just standing and golf clapping. I mean, look at all these party animals rocking out like it's Woodstock or something. Hey everybody, welcome to Gaming ADD's preview of Mario Golf Super Rush. It's finally out for everybody who's anticipated it. And for those of you who haven't, maybe it's something that's right up your alley. Now, Nintendo has been usually hit or miss with its sports titles, offering some duds and some... Well, not every game can be Mario Golf Toadstool Tour, but maybe this one can. Let's take a look at Mario Golf Super Rush. All the usual suspects return for a variety of modes, each with different play styles. From DK to Daisy to the newcomer, and my personal favorite, Chargin' Chuck. This package is sure to have a character for everyone.
Nice car. Oh, yeah.
There's the ever-classic stroke play, where up to 4 players can take turns passing a controller about, everyone aiming to put their balls in the hole with the least amount of strokes. Wait, who came up with this game?
Nice shot.
As a lefty, I appreciate the ability to switch every character's handedness, which is useful when you're using motion controls, which work fine, I guess. Not my preferred way to play. Every character has a super shot that charges as you play.
Nice shot.
The single-use abilities can affect other characters' balls where they lay on the field. Some shots push away everyone in their path, and others affect the playing field. Some even turn other players' balls into ghosts or eggs that make them control funny for the next shot.
Nice shot.
This can lead to some crazy moments where your good shot placed well on the field can turn into a sand-bunkered mess. When you take the shot, you can control topspin, backspin, and slice, as well as manually aim to dial in your shots. This is very helpful for some of the trickier slopes. The game supports up to 2 players simultaneous split screen, or up to 4 players with 2 switches. This can add to some really crazy moments and enjoyment for couch co-op with your family. Pro golfing tip: don't hit the sheep. You will not have a good time. This game really shines when everybody's firing off their super shots at once, gets really hectic, messing everybody up. There's a lot of laughs to be had in this mode. Speed Golf is the new mode and perhaps the star of the Mario Golf Super Rush. In this mode, up to 4 players tee off against one another, and instead of calmly taking turns, as is normal for golf, it is a mad dash after your own ball, charging into one another and collecting coins. Each player has a stamina meter that depletes as you run and when you use your special dash ability. The stamina can regenerate while moving slowly, or it can be refilled by collecting hearts. The general purpose of this mode is not to have the least amount of strokes, but to finish in the shortest amount of time. Phrasing? The time element can add quite a bit of pressure as you frantically try to control your shots to catch up. Each shot adds 30 seconds to your time, so while you're scrambling, you need to make sure you hit your shots, as if there wasn't enough chaos already. Seriously, this mode is a ton of fun and definitely adds an injection of fun to a golf formula that desperately needs it, as only Nintendo can. Alright, now let's talk about online play. Online play has a few modes you can play with your friends or randos using the Nintendo online service, which you must purchase separately. My experience found it to be pretty good, but in a traditional Nintendo online fashion, there was a bit of lag with the game. You can do the traditional stroke play, which I find a bit too slow-paced for my liking. And then there's the speed run battle mode, which is more of the frantic action I'm looking for in an online Mario Golf game. Some people may just want to relax while playing. I don't know. I guess that can be a good thing. It's just this battle mode. It's so good! I mean, Wario's Super Dash is him farting while flying like Superman. How much better can you get than this?
Birdie.
On online, you can make different lobbies with different parameters. If you just want to play 3 holes or 6 holes or even a full 18, you can. The 3-hole mode for battle mode typically takes about 5 minutes to play, so it's really easy to get in and out, have a few games, have some fun, and then get back to what you were doing. I say this online mode is a definite win for the Nintendo platform. What? Why can't we just all be friends here? Come on, this is golf. Why we gotta be mean to each other? Tossing everybody's balls all willy-nilly everywhere. At the end of a hole, you're scored based on what place you got. You gain points. And at the end of the match, after all holes have been played, those are tallied up to declare the winner. There are other different game modes that you can play that accumulate all of your time scores between holes, but the most common is the points mode. As you can see here, stacking all of your supers together leads to a very unpredictable and wild result. I still don't know what those coins are used for. Should probably figure that out. Alright, for the win. You especially got to be careful in the online mode because one stroke can take you from first place to 4th place, and it can be all over. You got to be very careful in the midst of all the hecticness that you do not whiff a shot. And honestly, there's definitely some skill involved in this. I wouldn't be surprised if they decide to make an esport out of this. You heard it here first, Mario Golf Esports. While this game may excel in the battle modes, the standard modes, the speedrun modes, it does have an ace up its sleeve. This story-based mode starts by you making a Mii out of all the regular Mii things you've done a million times, and then puts you in a story with a cast of lovable characters, funny dialogue as Nintendo typically does in their stories, as you control a rookie who is trying to turn pro. You'll go through training camp that serves as the game's tutorials, which are very helpful in learning the ins and outs of how to control your shot to create better lies on the field. They even dress it up with a few mini games that make you think you're having fun while you're learning. Who'da thunk? Woohoo! I did it! Now, most of these trainings are relatively easy, but they do progressively get harder on some of them, forcing me to do them a few times before I really nail them. In addition to showing you how to shoot, the story mode also shows you how to run. It's interesting to note that your weight matters, as the game tells you that if you carry less clubs, then you will run faster. Huh. As I was chasing my ball all down God's green acres, I did notice that the story mode does a good job of onboarding you without providing you too much difficulty up front. I would probably suggest learning this game through playing tutorial first, because if you did like I did and jumped right into speed mode, you might be confused for a little bit. As with any good story mode, you have plenty of RPG elements that help you progress your character and level them up. Here we have different choices for power, stamina, speed, control, all that makes you a better golfer as you level up. And trust me, leveling up all the categories comes in handy. Don't just dump them all in power. Yeah! Nintendo's trademarked humor shines in the story mode, especially when you're talking about my dude, Chargin' Chuck. He is focused on getting his power shots all the way up. Remember, don't put everything into power. Chuck seems to have a different philosophy about that. Eventually in story mode, they have you playing expeditions where you do the speedrun mode with other CPU-controlled characters with no regard for their life. You can even draft. Look at Yoshi drafting. That blue light around him, that's why he's following me around like a weirdo. He's not actually... I thought he was trying to eat me. Also, did you notice how much this game compliments you? It's always saying, nice shot. We could all use a little more positivity. As you progress through the story, you'll get more badges that give you access to different areas, a la Pokemon, that have unique and different challenges. Eventually, you progress to the obstacle-ridden cross-country golfing, where you must avoid obstacles as they roll by, else find your ball out of placement, either closer to the wall or off the cliff, and get them up elevated surfaces, which can be a bear. Luckily, they made these handy-dandy tornadoes, which at first glance, it seems like you should avoid them, but no, you should definitely shoot your ball directly into a tornado, because that makes a lot of sense. The different courses can add a very welcome layer of challenge and variety to the game that I just want to keep playing. Nintendo has definitely swung for the fences and hit a home run with Mario Golf. Wait, what's that? Oh, wrong sport. Nintendo has hit a hole-in-one with Mario Golf Super Rush. By far, the best Mario sports game.
Gaming ADD. Like and subscribe.